Want to shop Walmart Black Friday deals first? Walmart Plus members get early access to our hottest deals. Join now and get 50% off a 1-year annual membership. Shop Black Friday deals first with Walmart Plus. See terms at walmartplus.com.
Botox Cosmetic, out of botulinum toxin A, FDA approved for over 20 years. So, talk to your specialist to see if Botox Cosmetic is right for you.
For full prescribing information, including boxed warning, visit BotoxCosmetic.com or call 877-351-0300.
Remember to ask for Botox Cosmetic by name. To see for yourself and learn more, visit BotoxCosmetic.com. That's BotoxCosmetic.com.
Rated T to M. Hey, want to hear a PC Game Pass ad? I'll take your silence as a yes. Want new games on day one like Call of Duty Black Ops 6 or Stalker 2? I thought so. How about unlocking all the League of Legends champions when you link your Riot Games account? All for one low monthly price? Well, guess what? We got you. Learn more at xbox.com/PC Game Pass or click the banner. Stalker 2 available November 20th, 2024. Game catalog varies by region and over time. And that's the end of the script.
The holiday season officially starts when you get that first card in the mail. Shutterfly makes it easy to add more meaning to the everyday with hundreds of holiday card designs that can be personalized in seconds with your favorite photos from this year. Select your greeting, customize the color, and even add little extras like personalized foil to make a holiday card that really shines. Enjoy 40% off with code SMILE40 at Shutterfly.com and send something meaningful this year. See site for more details.
Welcome to the Eagles Checkdown, the fastest under 10-minute Eagles podcast there is, covering news, notes, and opinions for Eagles Nation right here on the Eagles Pinpoll Podcast Network. I'm your host, Phil Stifle. You can find me on all social media platforms at Beard and Knowledge. I greatly appreciate a find and a follow. And guys, it's Wednesday before Thanksgiving. It's Wednesday before a huge matchup against the Baltimore Ravens. So let's dive right into today's news, notes, and opinions on our Eagles. And the prevailing topic today was not Saquon Barkley. The prevailing topic today, or well, not today, on Tuesday, was what to do about Brandon Graham and the loss of Brandon Graham on this defense. There's a lot of names floating around. There's a lot of talk about this guy or that guy. I'm going to get into a few of them in a moment. The Eagles did make some moves, instead of what the fans wanted. One key thing to remember, and I mentioned this on yesterday's show, I'm going to mention it again. Vic Fangio is very adamant towards the trade deadline, towards the end of the deadline there, that he was okay with who he had no matter what. He didn't need edge rushers, pass rushers, linebackers, safeties, because he knew and he had faith in the guys he's been coaching since day one of training camp, since OTAs in the offseason. He was pretty confident in these guys moving forward. So the two big names that bounced out there today was Shaq Barrett, who announced that he was coming out of retirement, and James Houston, who was cut by the Lions. There are two new big names floating around. First and foremost, let's tackle Shaq Barrett. He wasn't coming to Philly no matter what he does. His rights were owned by the Dolphins from when he retired, and he had already said in the past that he would only come out of retirement to play in Tampa or Denver. Guys, Shaq Barrett is not the answer to what the Eagles need to replace Brandon Graham. James Houston with the Lions. The Lions have been devastated by injuries, obviously with Hutchinson, their top defensive lineman, and he still could not find an avenue to playing with the Lions. He had 8 sacks in 2022, but this year he's got 1 sack, 2 in 2023. He only played 2 games last year. He can't get on the field. So why does everybody think that names like James Houston and Shaq Barrett were instantly going to fix the problems? They're not. The Eagles did. Obviously, we talked about it yesterday. KJ Henry was added to the practice squad. That was made official on Tuesday. They claimed Charles Harris off of waivers. 29-year-old, been playing with Carolina this year. 6'3", 250 pounds. His best season was in 2021, also with Detroit, where he had 7.5 sacks. He did have 3 sacks with Carolina this year, which oddly was tied for the team lead. 19.5 sacks in his career. The big Charles Harris claim to fame is a lot of Eagles fans back in 2017 were debating between him and Derek Barnett. We went Derek Barnett. Some fans wanted Charles Harris. I don't even remember what I won at that point. But again, I'm not expecting much from the addition of Charles Harris. It's just another depth piece the replacement of Brandon Graham on the field is going to be done by Nolan Smith more. It's going to be done by Josh Sweat more. It's going to be done by Alex Hunt, who's been here all offseason and season working to, gain the trust. It's going to be done by someone like Taron Jackson, who's been on our practice squad off and on for the last 3 years. That is where the addition from that subtraction of Brandon Graham is going to come from. That's how, how we're going to do it. Brandon Graham, the leader, he's still going to be on the sideline helping coach up these players. So I'm not worried about it, but that is the main news and notes there. Plus, honestly, this week, going up against Baltimore, I'm not even so concerned about getting pressure on the quarterback and sacks this week. You're not going to sack Lamar Jackson. He's been sacked, I had it written down here, 16 times only this season in 12 games. They haven't even had their bye week yet, so less than 1.5 sacks per game. So that's not how you do. You contain the pocket, you get pressure. That's how you beat them. I mean, honestly, I don't even know how you beat them. We'll get into that later this week. They're the top offense in football, basically, the Baltimore Ravens. So I want to touch on a few other things I didn't get to in yesterday's episode. Just some random stats that I think are pretty crazy and pretty telling on, helping emphasize how good this season with the Eagles is going so far. The first one that jumped out at me that I haven't had a chance to mention yet is the Eagles, since week 6, are a plus 1,069 total yards gained versus given up since week 6. Over 1,000 yards a game more than they've given up. No other team in the NFL in that stretch has more than 500 yards of a positive plus minus. It's kind of crazy how, and I know a lot of that is Saquon Barkley, but it's still something pretty amazing when you write it down, when you read it, and when you think about it out loud. Something else from the Rams game this weekend that I don't think has gotten enough attention since we've been on this defensive talk so much today is that the Rams were 0 for 8 on third down on Sunday night. This is something that Vic Fangio has worked very hard to get better at this year because we know last year the big issue with this defense is they couldn't get off the field on third down. The opponents were having constantly long drives, which, wears out your defense, which causes these losing streaks, which causes a lot of issues. 0 for 8 on third down. Just think about that. Think about what that does for a defense, but also the opposing offense that they can't sustain long drives. It's something I hope to keep seeing more of, and something that, we'll hope to see continue to improve and be a strong point for this defense. One other thing I noticed, and this is random, completely random. I don't even remember where I read this. The Eagles have the least amount of penalties from their opponent's standpoint. Eagles' opponents have only been flagged for 49 penalties this year for a combined 369 yards. It's 11 games. It's like 4.4, 4.5 penalties a game. It's like, what's that? Like 33 penalty yards called against. I don't like to make anything about the refs, and we're winning. We've got 7-game winning streak here going right now. But the Eagles definitely do not get enough calls in their favor, especially with someone like Jalen Carter, who's being double-teamed every play. He's being held on every single pass rush and run block. I saw Jordan Davis on the big first down run that Matthew Stafford had on Sunday. It was just blatantly chokehold held, nothing called. Jalen Hurts getting hit in the face multiple times. The Eagles do not get the respect of the refs. It's something that I'd like to see Nick Sirianni maybe focus some of his negative energy, and I mean that in a great way, his negative energy a little bit more towards. One final thing. Nick Sirianni had another one of his great quotes, and, being a guy that owns his own business, Fox's Pizza in Kennett Square, if you're ever in the area, every workplace needs a Brandon Graham. When he said that on Tuesday, I'm like, yeah, I wish I had a Brandon Graham working for me. I wish I had 5 Brandon Grahams working for me. Every workplace needs a Brandon Graham to kind of keep the energy going and keep the focus and keep everything going. So another one of those classic Nick Sirianni quotes. Look, it's the eve of Thanksgiving. I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for listening every single day to this show, this short little podcast I do. I'll be honest, I normally record this the night before. I'm not sure if Wednesday night I'll be able to record a Thanksgiving episode. So if not, you won't hear from me again till Friday. And that's if I don't eat too much turkey and fall asleep too early on Thanksgiving night. I am hosting, so, we'll see how that goes. But if I miss any shows Thursday or Friday for you guys, I'll add some Saturday and Sunday shows for you for content, for context, and for my Eagles-Ravens predictions right now early on my YouTube channel, the STT Sports Network, running a poll as I do every single week. Who's going to win and why? Eagles, Ravens. Right now, there's almost 130 votes. And I am an Eagles channel mostly, Philadelphia Sports Channel mostly. Right now, 35-65. Only 35% of the votes are coming in for the Eagles, 65% for the Ravens. So there's a lot of Eagles fans out there that are really, really leaning towards the Ravens winning this football game on Sunday. We'll get to that as the week goes on. But with that being said, I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Hope you have great turkey. Hope you have a great time with family and friends. I'll either talk to you Friday or Saturday again right here on the Eagles Checkdown on the Eagles Pinpoll Podcast Network. Go Birds, and bubbles up to you.
This episode is brought to you by Etsy.
Oh.
Hear that?
Okay. Thank you.
Etsy knows these aren't the sounds of holiday gifting. Well, not the ones you're hoping for. You want squeals of delight. Happy tears.
How did you?
And spontaneously written songs of joy.
I am so happy. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
Okay, the song needs a bit of work, but anyway, to get those reactions, make sure everyone on your list feels heard with handmade, handpicked, and designed gifts from small shops on Etsy. Gifts like personalized jewelry, custom artwork, cozy style items, vintage pieces, and home decor to celebrate all of your favorite people and their specific kind of special. For original gifts that say, I get you, Etsy has it.
Blinds.com's Black Friday sales event is happening now with our best deals of the season. Let our design experts help you make the perfect selection for your home on your schedule. We can send free samples right to you and handle everything from measure to install. With over 25 million windows covered, Blinds.com is the #1 online retailer of custom window coverings. Save up to 50% site-wide, plus doorbusters, and a free professional measure at the Blinds.com Black Friday sales event now. Rules and restrictions may apply.
This year, Santa's bringing the power of Energizer into his workshop.
Whoa, the Energizer Bunny's got so much power.
Wait, he's powered up all the toys. I think that means we're done for the year.
I love this bunny.
He's the hardest working helper the North Pole has ever seen. And he wants all your gifts to have the power of the #1 longest lasting AA battery. So this holiday season, stock up on Santa's and the elves' favorite battery, Energizer Ultimate Lithium.
So, you want to be a marketer. It's easy. You just have to score a ton of leads and figure out a way to turn them all into customers. Plus, manage a dozen channels, write a million blogs, and launch 100 campaigns all at once. When that's done, simply make your socials go viral and bring in record profits. No sweat. Okay, fine. It's a lot of sweat. But with HubSpot's AI-powered marketing tools, launching benchmark-breaking campaigns is easier than ever. Get started at HubSpot.com/marketers.